It's been more than a year since the pandemic and lockdown hit us. And now, a big number of shortages of several products has started to be reported around the globe. Where many of us think that COVID is the reason for shortages, we must reconsider this statement. COVID was just a contributor, but the shortages highlight the defects in the trading system worldwide. It is the frangibility in the global supply chain that led to these shortages. In April 2021, a shortage of bubble tea, boba, was reported throughout the USA. Boba Bliss in California reported that they are short of ingredients because of delayed shipments, so they'll be changing their menu on daily basis to meet the requirements. A couple of days later, Mighty Boba from New York posted that they will be serving smaller batches of boba in each drink, as well as they will no longer offer extra boba pearls for beverages. A week later, Bing's Boba Tea from Arizona also reported a similar problem of boba tea scarcity. Continue to May, the Tea Hut Cafe from San Francisco also highlighted the boba shortage and a raise in their boba tea prices following this. Thousands of boba tea shops across the country reported the same problems. Although the demand remained the same, what caused this shortage? The ingredients of boba tea were imported in the US all the way long from Taiwan. The boba pearls producing companies were doing fairly well on the island. In actuality, the problem was taking place on the coasts of Los Angeles. The ways were closed because of the pandemic. The cargo ships were required to wait in the sea for more than a week before they were allowed in the country. This increased period halted the supply of goods, thus reducing the product supplies to different tea shops in the country. As the pandemic started, people were inclined towards doing groceries and shopping online than traditional ways. There was an increase in trade between the US and Asia. Around 50% of the imports from Asia were received on the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach. In February 2021, there was observed a sharp rise in imports, reporting a 31% increase in ship traffic as well as a 49% increase in container traffic. However, the incoming ships also brought viruses, hence leading to sick workers. Most of them had to go through quarantine procedures for safety. Not only this, but the prices of the container shipment also boomed and doubled than its previous rents, as the availability of ships was becoming scarce. At the same time, as the world was locked home, the economy of China boomed. China was producing and exporting the most needed COVID masks, protective gear, as well as other related products. The trading ships would travel all across the sea and unloaded at the ports. However, later they would get locked inside the country and not allowed to leave till a certain time. On an estimation, for every 100 containers entering the coast, only 40 were exported out from the country. This made the ship ports clogged with empty ships. The shortage of truck drivers made it difficult to load the empty containers back on the ships and send them back to their previous destination. This shortage of buses was also one of the reasons, contributing to the shortage of boba tea throughout the US. So, a shortage in one component led to the shortage of others, which in turn is shortening another one, hence continuing this shortage cycle. The pandemic period has also rolled up prices of products in many other industrial sectors. Firstly, the lumber wood prices have increased by 250% in a year, as the demand surged in pandemic summers. Secondly, the fire at a chlorine plant in Louisiana decreased its supply by 40%, which has resulted in surged chlorine market prices. Moreover, a shortage of ketchup has also been observed. The shifting of ketchup packaging to packets took place because of its feasibility in online delivery. This increased the prices to go high. On eBay, it was being sold at $10 for just 50 packets. The American state of Alaska greatly relies on its tourism industry. As the pandemic attacked, the airports were closed, welcoming no new tourists. The tourist rental car companies sold out most of their fleets because of no income through the car rentals. As conditions got better, the local tourism enthusiasts decided to travel again. However, rental cars became scarce and unavailable. Even if some were, they increased the rental fares by more than $500 a day, which was unaffordable for most of the citizens. As the demand for new vehicles dropped on COVID, the manufacturing process slowed down in the companies. By now, the demand has recovered to become high again. However, the supply of vehicles is still down. This is also because of the low supply of semiconductor chips, which are crucial in the manufacturing of vehicles. The demands for silicon chips increased from the start of the pandemic, as more technology devices including phones and laptops were needed for online communication purposes. This decreased the supply to other areas like car manufacturing companies. This led to a decreased car and vehicle supply. How do you think? How will the world overcome these shortages? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Like the video, share it, and subscribe to InfoSplash for more.